Welcome to the Explore Real Estate Show. I am James Boslaw, your Fredericksburg area realtor and vacation rental investor. And this show is all about real estate in the Fredericksburg area, the Fawn Lake community, and the vacation rental space. I help people buy and sell homes because I believe that everyone should grow their wealth as they live in or own a home that they love. I also believe that everyone should feel confident when buying or selling a home, and confidence comes when you are well educated and informed. And that's what this show is all about. Enjoy the show. Hey everybody, welcome to the Explore Real Estate Show, where in today's episode, we are going to be breaking down the stats for the Fredericksburg area through the month of May in 2023. And so I've got all my stats right here in front of me. There is a lot of numbers I want to go over, but most of these numbers are encouraging, I would say. But there's a lot of information that we could take from these stats, from this data, so that you can understand how you can leverage our current market conditions, whether you are a seller and or a buyer or both. But we would love to just go over these stats with you today so you know what's going on in the Fredericksburg area with the real estate market. So first and foremost, we are going to look at the monthly stats. So just looking at the month of May, and we'll take a look at May of 2023, and we'll compare it to May of 2022. And when we do that, this is what we learn. The sold dollar volume for all homes added up is down 16% in May of 2023 than what it was in May of 2022. So less homes are being sold this year than last year in May overall. But the average sales price is up 2%. Modest gains, but sales prices are nonetheless still going up. The median sale price is up 4% from May this year to May of last year. So once again, all those voices that you might be hearing, the negativity that you might be reading saying that the sales prices have been impacted are just wrong. We are up this year. Both our average sales price and our median sales price is up 2% and 4%. From May of this year to May of last year. The overall units sold is down 19%. So once again, fewer sales. And the average days on market in the month of May is up 72% this year from last year. This year, the average days on market in May was 19 days on the market before a house went under contract, whereas in last year, the average days on market was 11. So it might sound like a big jump to go from 11 to 19. That is a 70% jump, but we're just talking about an extra week that a house is on the market before it goes under contract. Now, when you look at the numbers of May and compare them to the numbers of April, we're starting to see that things are picking up quite a bit. Matter of fact, the new listings are up 6.5% from last month. New pendings are up 8.6% from last month. And closed sales is up 46% from last month. So there's a lot more activity in the month of May, more homes under contract, more homes sold compared to April of this year. So we are starting to see more things happen, and that has been encouraging. Despite the interest rates remaining on the higher end, buyers are not afraid. They are jumping in, not as much as they were jumping in last year, but the values are steady, they're hanging in there, and there's still a demand. Now, this is the thing that I think is very encouraging, and I've already said this earlier, but the median sale price is up 4.6% in the month of May of 2023 than when it was last year in the month of May of 2022. The median sold price in the Fredericksburg area is $454,950. So we'll just say about $455,000 is the median sales price. That is encouraging. For anyone that owns a home, you should be encouraged by this. Your value for your home is going up. It's going up at a much slower pace, but it's going up. It's not going down. And that is something that you should be extremely encouraged by. Now, those were the monthly stats. Now what I want to do is I want to take a look at the stats that are year to date. This is a little bit more comprehensive because we're not just looking at 1 month and comparing it to last year in the month of May. What we're doing is we're looking at January through May of this year and comparing it to January through May of last year. So not 1 month, but taking a look at 5 months year to date, and this is what we find out. The sold dollar volume overall is down about 28%. The average sales price is up 2%. The median sales price is up 2%. Overall units sold is down 30%, but the average days on market is up 82%. So it is now taking almost twice as long to sell a house in 2023 as it was in 2022. The average days on market year to date in 2023 is 31 days. So it's taking about a month to get a house under contract, whereas in last year, it was taking about 2 weeks, about 17 days. So we are just seeing that the values are remaining strong. It's been the theme of this year. The values are not plummeting. They are not tanking. The values are hanging in there. They are going up, but they're barely going up. But homes are taking longer to sell. It's the summary of the year. Values are strong. Homes are taking longer to sell. And that is something that we cannot communicate enough. So what does this mean? If you are a seller or buyer, what does this mean for you? Where do the opportunities lie? Well, I'm going to speak to if you're a seller first, and then I'm going to speak to if you're a buyer. If you are a seller, you are probably benefiting from the last 15 years or so of sales prices appreciating. Home sale values have gone up for a long time. So if you're a seller, you probably have a lot of equity in your home, which is great. And if you sell your home with a little bit of patience, you're going to be happy with what you can sell your home for. There are fewer buyers in the market because of these interest rates. It's going to take longer, but most likely you're going to get your house for a good price. But you do have to tailor your expectations. That your home is not going to fly off the market, most likely. You might not be able to get as much as you want because home sale prices aren't skyrocketing. They're not appreciating at the levels that we've seen over the last few years. But with a realistic outlook, if you are a seller and you're looking to sell your home, you're going to do pretty well for yourself. Now, if you're a buyer, what does this mean? And this is where I get the majority of the questions right now is from buyers who are saying, wow, I want to buy a house, but these interest rates are higher. What should I do? Well, yes, the interest rates are higher. Right now, as we speak, the interest rates are about 6.8%. And so, give or take, they fluctuate by the day. But it's about 6.8%. And that is harder for buyers because their mortgage payment is now higher than what they are hoping for. However, if you are waiting for the interest rates to go down, then what you need to be mindful of is that when interest rates go down, sales prices are going to go up. More buyers that have been sitting on the sidelines waiting for those interest rates to go down are going to be competing with you on the same houses. Inventory remains low, and it's going to create bidding wars, which means that sales prices will go up. Supply and demand. So if you are a buyer, this is what I recommend that you should consider. And every situation is different, but this is what I think you should consider. You should find a home that you love right now. If there's a home out there that you like, that suits your family and your needs, go ahead and buy that home. If you can afford it responsibly, buy the home now. You have less competition. You have the ability to maybe wiggle down the seller on price a little bit. And yes, that mortgage payment is going to be higher than what you want. That's the reality. But here's the opposite end of that reality is that you can refinance or date the rate of your current home and refinance it in the next year or two when the interest rates drop. And there is a very great chance that interest rates will drop over the course of the next year or two. And so if you find the house that you love with less competition and get it at a good price, then in a year or two, when the interest rates drop and all the sales prices go up, you don't have to worry about paying more money because you already have a house at a good price, but you will be able to change your mortgage and refinance it at a lower interest rate, which could save you hundreds of dollars on your mortgage payment. But you don't have to worry about bidding wars and losing out on the house that you love. So if you're a buyer, there are certainly opportunities for you out there. And I do think that over the course of the next few years, we're going to see that low inventory is going to be a common theme that we have, and that rising home values will also be something that we'll see for quite some time as well. As we speak, anything could happen, but there are no signs of a crash. There are no signs of any activity of supply and demand changing. Inventory remains low. Demand is still outpacing the inventory that we have, and that bodes well for home values in the future. So that's what I have for the Fredericksburg area through the month of May. That's where we stand. That's what's going on. I do want to take this time to remind you that if you're listening to this on Apple's podcast, make sure that you follow the show. And that way you can be kept up with all the newest episodes and when they come out. If you are watching this on a YouTube right now, you can subscribe to this channel. That way you always know when the newest episode comes out. If you have more questions or need more expert advice on the local real estate area, whether it's the Fredericksburg area, Fawn Lake, or vacation rentals, you can always find me at my website, which is explorewithjb.com. And I'd be more than happy to circle back around with you and answer any question that you may have. With that being said, I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you on the next episode.